Good afternoon. It is just a few minutes past top of the hour. We're coming to you live from the capital, Nairobi. This is KTN Business Today with me, Abi Agina. Being a Friday, we'll be having a light show also this afternoon. We'll be having a Gloria, and that is Gloria Mora, a DJ. Some people call her Lady Glow. She's with us in the studio. She's a reggae DJ, and as you know, the DJing industry has been one of the sectors that continues to attract the young people, and she'll be talking to us and playing for us some music, some reggae vibes this afternoon as we wind off the week after a long month so far. Karibu sana. Unafilaje?
Fine.
Unachezea maridi?
Yeah, maridi.
All right. Yeah, we'll be talking to Lady Glow in a short while about the music industry and where reggae is going, where we're seeing a lot of popularity coming through for that genre of music. Also on the program, we'll be having the Chief Executive Officer for Kenya Trade Network, and that is the gentleman. He's with us this afternoon, and that is Amos Wangora. We'll be speaking to him just about the logistics business, what to expect now that you're seeing a lot of push towards improving the business and environment in the country. Well, all that coming up this hour on KTN Business Today. Let's start you off with our Twitter poll question, and we're asking you, what measures do you think Kenya needs to address to boost cross-border trade? What measures do you think Kenya needs to boost to grow cross-border trade? That is our Twitter poll question, and you can tweet us using our Twitter handle at KTN News, or you can tweet me directly at Agina Abi, and we'll be able to sample some of your tweets as we move along with this broadcast. Well, like I said, let's just start off with some light music now. DJ Glow, over to you. Well, we'll be having some interesting tunes coming up. Where there we have DJ Lady Glow on the decks. She'll be talking to us in a short while. Well, we now want to start you off with the latest from the business world. And of course, some of the top stories we are keeping an eye for you this afternoon includes that we did see the president today taking on the security apparatus when he presided over the administration police parade here in Embakasi. That was one of the top stories. But let's take a look at what's also happening in the business world. And Dafabet International has announced that its international renowned sports betting platform is now available in the Kenyan market. Making the announcement, Mr. Louis Watts, Director of Retail and Regional Operations, said that this was an important milestone for the company's global expansion. Dafabet will be offering its Kenyan customers from the opportunity to place bets on over 30 international sports through SMS, mobile and desktop. Dafabet's offering will include continuous live streaming of sports, including daily live UK Greyhound racing, as well as choice of the best virtual sports currently on offer. Also, Dafabet will be offering customers cash out, an exciting offering allowing players to cash out their bet anytime, and in play allowing buyers to achieve the best in matters to do with sports betting. Well, that's one of the interesting stories we have for you this afternoon on the program. And other than that, we do know that the Deputy President did visit Nyeri, and that was yesterday. And that's one of the other stories we are keeping an eye for you this afternoon. But let's talk about something to do with the fruit fly. Mango farmers in the country have been battling fruit flies for years, and it is only recently that they seem to be overcoming them. The pests dig into the mango fruit, and when one cuts it, they find a collection of mangoes, which then spoil the party. But with the introduction of the fruit fly traps procured by the Kenya Plant Health Inspectorate Service, KEFIS, and Smart Market Assessment Program, mango farmers are now able to save the most of their mango fruits from destruction by the fruit fly without chemicals.
Every year, small-scale Kenyan farmers produce thousands of tons of mangoes, only to watch a large percentage of them rot on orchard floors. Despite the large amounts of mango produced, the mango industry barely contributes to rural income because of an overwhelming fruit fly problem, meaning yields are erratic and up to 60% is wasted, making formal contracts next to impossible.
Fly is a pest that causes a lot of damages for our mangoes. One, it affects the marketability of the market of our mangoes in the international market, and it also causes a lot of losses, economic losses to the farmers.
Added to this, the risk of spreading fruit fly to importer countries and traditionally high pesticide usage mean Kenya has been a no-go zone for Western mango importers who have other more reliable options.
Mwanzoni nilikuwa nikipata changamoto kubwa sana. Nilikuwa nikitumia dawa nyingi sana. Nikijaribu dawa za tuseme ya fungicides na wadudu. Kwa mfano sasa, kwa hii miti yote unaona, nilikuwa nikitumia katikati ya mitungi 30 hadi 40.
But some of the 60,000 plus producers across the country are starting to reduce their reliance on chemicals and develop alternative control for fruit flies in the hope of reaching the quality standards required for Western export markets.
The PM program is also reducing the losses attributed to fruit fly by about 60%, and this attribute to about a 50% increase of the mango income that the farmers are generating from the enterprises.
Used as a powder in traps, the fungus infect male and female fruit flies. The flies don't die immediately, but can exit the trap with enough time to infect others by grooming or mating. The system can control the entire orchard, provided at least 20 devices are used per hectare, and the fungus is also sprayed into the soil to kill pupa or in-tree canopies to catch large adults.
We've done this in the counties of Embu, we've done this in the counties of Mbere, we've done this in the counties of Meru, and in the counties of Malindi and Kilifi at the coast. And for this particular project, we are not yet reached Machakos. And so there was demand from the growers that in Machakos and Makueni and Kitui, there is a very high mango production. And they requested that we come with these technologies to them so that they can also benefit.
The problem of waste is not specific to Kenya. Rockefeller's Yieldwise project estimates that 50% of all fruits and vegetables produced in Africa is lost before it reaches the market. This has a huge detrimental impact on businesses and livelihood in sub-Saharan Africa, where 70% of the population relies on agriculture for income. Philip Keitany, KTN News.
To that story now of dairy farming, and 15,000 dairy farmers are expected to receive a sum of 500 million shillings as reimbursement of money owed to them by the old Kenya Cooperative Creameries KCC when it folded up and collapsed in 1998. While speaking in Kiganjo, Nyeri County, Deputy President William Ruto said that 1.8 billion people depend on dairy farming for a livelihood. Farmers in Nyeri, Murang'a, Embu, Meru, Laikipia and Kajiado will receive 58 million shillings. The new KCC Kiganjo factory will receive 130 million to upgrade its equipment so that it can produce condensed milk. Ruto was accompanied by Cabinet Secretaries Eden Mohamed, Industrialization, and Willie Bett from the Agricultural Docket.
Wazee wa Kiganjo, nasikia hii check ndio yao. Ya factory ya Kiganjo ni milioni 20. Zaidi ya wakulima 15,000 leo watalipwa pesa zao ambazo zilikuwa zimepotea kwa usimamizi mbaya uliweko katika shirika la KCC. Nimejulishwa ya kwamba bado kuna wakulima chache ambao hawajaleta details zao. Mimi nataka niwaulize wakulima hawa ambao walipeleka maziwa yao katika shirika la KCC na ambao hawajajitokeza wajitokeze, ndio tuwalipe pesa zao, kwa sababu hatutaki kama serikali kuwa na deni ya mtu yeyote.
The Capital Markets Authority is set to consider waiving listing fees for companies in a bid to spur listings on the growth enterprise market segment from the current 5. So far, Capital Markets Authority has signed up to 70 potential issuers for the Business Incubator and Accelerator on the listing experience event to be held on the 30th to the 31st of March 2017. According to the authority, the initiative is aligned to the Capital Markets Master Plan to increase listings on the growth enterprise market segment of NSA, beg your pardon, by 3 to 4 companies annually. This will, in the long run, translate to approximately 40 additional companies by 2023, creating a solid supply of future main board listed companies. The authority will also work with business incubators to accelerate the growth and success of entrepreneurial companies through an array of business support resources and services to engage with firms that are not ready to list but have promising prospects.
Or the eligibility requirements in terms of capitalization, in terms of free float, in terms of number of minimum shareholders required, but there are also other costs that might come across, both monetary and non-monetary, which will be one of the issues we'll be discussing frankly with them as we prepare them.
We are hoping that after the elections, things will be fine and the market will get back to what it needs to be. I think this then becomes the most appropriate time to actually prepare companies so that they can actually do what they need to do before they can now come back to us with applications and whatever they need to do.
Have you ever taken a closer look at the sidewalls of your tires and wondered what all those letters and numbers mean? While many are self-explanatory, the most important set of digits could well be the most confusing. That is the message from tire sector stakeholders who say it is vital that you understand the code on the tire sidewall, as the fitting the wrong tires to your car could affect its handling and compromise safety. The lettering that's molded into a tire sidewall carries a lot of information, such as its diameter and width. It also explains its construction method, its maximum speed and load ratings. It is this education that Kingsway Tires is seeking to inculcate in its customers in a way that will enable them get the best out of the tires they buy and thus deliver safety and reliability. The company, which launched a new BF Godrich truck tire into the market, says the influx of cheap Chinese tires doesn't worry them, as their customers are discerning of good quality.
We don't see this as a threat because people will get their fingers burnt. People are buying cheap. They get their fingers burnt. They don't realize it initially. But over time, those tires are not giving them much mileage, or they wear out very quickly. Some tires are like this, when in fact, what it should really give should be 10 times as much. So when transporters really understand the quality of that Chinese tire, eventually they will move to good quality solutions available in the market.
To matters banking now, Tier 1 lender Cooperative Bank of Kenya has reported an 8.5 jump in profit after tax to 12.7 billion shillings compared to 11.7 billion shillings a year earlier for the full year to December 2016. According to the bank, the rise in profits was driven by prudent cost management under the bank's Soaring Eagle program. On the interest income front, the bank defied a harsh economic environment to post a total interest income growth of 15%, rising from 36.8 billion to 42.3 billion shillings. This was largely on account of interest income from government securities, growth by 40% from 6.1 billion to 8.5 billion. Loans for the bank saw a mild surge to 236.9 billion shillings compared to 213.4 billion in the same period last year. Despite the strong performance, the bank reported a decline in deposits as total deposits declined slightly by 2% from 268.8 billion to 263.6 billion shillings. Cooperative Bank's regional subsidiary in South Sudan took a hit as it made a monetary loss of 498.3 million shillings in 2006, many attributable to hyperinflation on accounting occasioned by currency devaluation. Kenya's economy has been projected to grow at a pace of 6% this year, with heavy investments in infrastructure expected to drive growth in the economy. The president is on record stating that his administration will continue being at the forefront of making Kenya a key investment hub through promoting a conducive business environment.
At the macro level, all indicators are healthy. Our gross domestic product has expanded at a strong average annual growth rate of 5.9% since 2013. This against a global average of 3%. Our foreign exchange reserves have increased from 4.3 months of import cover in 2013 to 5.1 months of cover at the start of 2017. Our revenues from tax collections have increased from 847 billion shillings in 2013 to 1.2 trillion shillings at the end of 2016. The stable economic environment over the last 4 years has seen the cumulative addition of 2.3 million new jobs. From this perspective, the state of our economy is robust. Fellow Kenyans, in spite of this good macroeconomic performance, there are still, however, too many Kenyans who are struggling to make ends meet, to find jobs, and to support their families.